back to Florida Foodie. I'm your host, Candace Campos, along with our producer, Thomas Mates. He's in the other little box if you're watching us. The pandemic is forcing a lot of restaurants to go through changes, and for some that means growing and expanding, especially as outdoor seating has become truly a hot commodity. So it's a process our guests today are going through right now as the restaurant Black Rooster Taqueria is, it's funny, it's like how people want to say it, right? It's getting ready to open up its second location in Orlando. We are joined by John and Juliana Calloway. Thank you guys so much for taking the time. I know you guys are so busy, but taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you for having us.
Hey, thank you.
All right, so how do you say it? So is Taqueria or Taqueria? How do you guys like to say it?
Most people say Taqueria. And you said it really well. Or some people they go like this. Black Rooster, how do you say that?
You can pronounce it in English or in Spanish.
Yeah. So is this the taco place? Yes. All right, I'm here. So, I mean, obviously COVID has impacted everything. And I feel like that's how all of our podcasts have started when it comes to the last, a couple of months. But you guys, when did you guys open Black Rooster? When, kind of give us some background of how you guys have gotten to the point that you are now.
I'll go. So we opened almost 5 years ago. Actually, in 2 weeks, it's going to be our 5-year anniversary, which we can talk about a little bit. We'll give a little plug to that in a little bit. But we opened about 5 years ago, and we moved here from California. I grew up here, but we moved here from California after we had kids, just to be closer to family. We decided we wanted to do something for ourselves. We had worked for some big corporate companies in the past, always in the restaurant and hospitality industry. And, after lots of searching and, working really hard to get a business loan for a restaurant and all that kind of stuff, we finally got open, and the community's just been great. We've been going strong for 5 years. And yeah, I don't know. That's basically the story. We've done, really well. I don't know if people haven't been here. It's a small 40-seat restaurant, fast casual. You come up and order at the counter, but we make the tortillas right to order, right in front of you. So there's just great music, a great lively atmosphere, open kitchen. Obviously, 2020 has been kind of nuts for that, especially the small space. But, thankfully, we came out of it strong. We were very blessed.
And
so you had said, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, why tacos? I mean, has this been something that you guys just grew up with? Was it something that you guys just, wanted to dabble in? I mean, how did you guys come up with the idea?
I have quite a bit of experience with Mexican cuisine, and lived and worked in Mexico for about 5 years or so. And then when we were kind of scouting out Orlando and looking for trying to decide on what kind of cuisine we wanted to do, it seemed there was a lack of good Mexican food at the time. Mm-hmm. So we thought tacos was a great idea for Orlando.
Yeah, now it's a little bit, now there's a lot of tacos, but when we first opened, I don't want to say we were the first, but we were kind of the first for like the whole craft taco scene. Mm-hmm. So that's why we made that choice.
You can say whatever you want. If you want to be the first, you want the first.
What part of Mexico were you living and working in, and like what kind of influence did that area have on your brand of authentic tacos? I know every region kind of has its own take on things, from like Baja to like Oaxacan cuisine. And
yeah, absolutely. I spent a lot of time in Mexico City. Where there, it's really just kind of it's the most modern and the most European, which I think is that's probably a good reflection of how we like to present Mexican food. And then, but also spent a lot of time in Puerto Vallarta, where it's kind of more that's the more kind of the beach environment, and also like Acapulco, kind of the same kind of thing. Lots of fish and seafood and those kinds of things.
So, I mean, you guys are this, this partnership. So I see here that we've got, chief tasting officer. So it seems like, John, that you're kind of the, the actual food, and Juliana, I feel like you're more of the art and the ambiance, because that's why I feel like you guys have been focusing on. Is that true?
Yeah, actually, our chief tasting officer is our 8-year-old.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know.
No, but yeah, John is definitely the culinary brains behind the operation, but also very much the art and the aesthetic of the restaurant, designing it, helping it build it out. He made our tables. He's very creative. I'm more of the marketing, HR, front of the house training type of stuff. That's really where my strengths are in the hospitality industry.
And it's funny how you guys were calling it, craft tacos. So what does that mean? I mean, are we talking like farmed taco? I mean, give us a kind of an idea of how you guys differ from other taco spots.
Well, we absolutely try to source, the best ingredients that we can find, and try to use local whenever possible. At certain depending on times of the year and such. And we use we make a handmade or organic corn tortilla to order. Basically they're never more than 10 minutes old. So I think the combination of those things from a professional chef's perspective on a taco, I think then that's where we kind of get into, like, say, the craft taco zone.
Yeah, I think that's like the first time I've ever said that, actually, craft taco, but it just came because, when we first opened, and I think there is a really misconception of street tacos. People just assume Mexican street tacos are, $1.50, $2.
Right.
We don't hear that much anymore, but when we first opened, that was a big thing. And, I think as time has gone on and as more of these other great taco places have opened in Orlando, it's really opened people's views on what a quote unquote street taco is. And it's not just, some cheap protein on, a flour or corn tortilla that's been sitting there for a while. It's, like John said, best ingredients, organic, that kind of stuff. And so I think that's why, I think craft taco works more than like a street taco.
So you said 5 years ago when you guys started out, you were kind of like the only game in town. But you're working with all these local farmers wherever you can, obviously. Did you guys have a hard time kind of getting that setup going, since there just wasn't really, there wasn't so much a market for it? Did you have a hard time finding the local growers that you needed?
Yeah, it's always an evolving process. I mean, even today, we'll still source from different places, and it's never ending, because one, especially now from after and during COVID, supply chains have been rough. Suppliers are running out of things all the time usually because of a lack of workforce, because people aren't working, or because they've become sick, and in particular with meat providers and such. But so we're always having to pivot and try different things and look for new things.
So has that been kind of the story just throughout the pandemic, of just
throughout the pandemic, even before, you're always just looking for the best products that work the best for your restaurant and your cuisine. It's never really kind of staying the same, because the food is very seasonal. It changes throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean, and you guys were talking about, you guys have a small space, so it made some kind of you had to change a little bit of how you guys seat and stuff. So how has that changed compared to before, pre-pandemic, I guess?
So it was kind of it was a give or take, because we were so small, and when everything was shut down, we were very lucky that our business model had already a great like takeout presence.
Right.
I think one of the things that, when John talks about when he worked for corporate restaurants, a lot of the restaurants that he was running as a corporate executive chef was during 2018, during the market crash and all of that. And I think
2008.
2008. Did I say 18?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's all right.
It all merges. It all merges.
Yeah, time is meaningless anymore.
Yeah, what is time? No, 2008. And when we decided, when, this idea came to be, it was, we wanted something small. We wanted something fast casual. And I'm so glad that we did do that, because that's one of the big reasons why we have been able to, do well. I feel bad saying that we did well during the pandemic, but we were very lucky that our to-go business was so huge. And not only was our to-go business so huge, but the community around us, I feel, I've said this a couple times in interviews, like every single person in Orlando, like single-handedly wanted to save the restaurant industry. So everyone's like, I'm helping the economy. I'm ordering takeout tonight every single day of the week, which was great. And, when we were shut down for the longest time for indoor dining, and then even when we were able to open back up, we still stayed a little bit longer because our space was so small. And then, even when they lifted more and more restrictions, we kept, we took a lot of our like bar seating where you could sit up and look at the kitchen. We still don't have those available today. So
yeah, I mean, you got to pivot. You have to find ways, and you guys are pivoting fantastic, because you guys are opening up a second location, which is fantastic. So give us kind of an idea. So right now you guys are in the Mills district, correct?
That's right.
yeah.
All right. So where are you guys expanding to?
It's the Hourglass district.
Yeah, it's like Curry Ford West Hourglass District.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be like right on the corner of Crystal Lake and Curry Ford Road. And yeah, we've been looking for a space for a long time. We really, again, our space is quite small, so we were always trying to look for something bigger, to have a bigger kitchen, not only to be able to offer a couple of different food items, but also to expand on our catering program. And we looked and looked, and then we just couldn't find the right thing. And then 2020 hit, and we were like, okay, maybe let's pause. And then all of a sudden this space became available. And now our biggest thing was outdoor seating, right? So this space, not only is it double the size of this one, but it has a huge outdoor space. And, we're really looking forward to that.
So what's the timeline you're looking at when it comes to this new spot?
We would expect, probably around in summertime when we really get going, and kind of grand opening time. Summer for sure.
Yeah,
That's fantastic. And you guys, yeah, absolutely. And the Mills area has been growing a lot and changing over the past, 5 years since you guys have been there. I know the Hourglass district is starting to be very up and coming as well. Is that like by design, or do you just kind of luck out with those spaces?
Yeah, we, that was also a draw for us. When we did Mills 50, like you said, it was just like starting to really get like the foodie scene here, a lot of cool shops opening. And that's also a draw for us for Hourglass. We know that the city is doing a lot to get that area, up and coming like it is right now. And I think Curry Ford West has become like a main street, just like, Mills, Milk District, Winter Park, all of those areas. So everyone's just kind of coming together and really trying to bring a lot of stuff to that part of the city, which is exciting for us. We're really excited about it.
Awesome. And so how about your plans? I know it's hard to imagine this, but what are your plans post-pandemic? If you can even think that far.
Post-pandemic, I think we just want to try to continue to grow our company, and keep being a part of the community and involved with Orlando, and down the road, open up another location or two.
Yeah, like we, like John was talking about pivoting, we were really lucky. Our staff, our team stayed the same size as it had always been. We did some like margaritagrams to go drinks that were being delivered that you could send to your friends and family.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, yeah, it'll coming back for, for certain holidays. We brought it back for the holidays. And so, I think post-pandemic, like John said, we just want to continue to grow Black Rooster, continue to grow our team, and continue to be a part of this great community.
Excellent. And when you're talking about like growing, adding like 2 or 3 more, is it all going to be Orlando? Are you looking to expand out to the rest of Central Florida? What is sky's the limit? What's the end game?
I'd say the sky's the limit, but the closer the better.
You can keep your hands in everything, right?
Exactly. The closer they are, the easier it is to manage, and also we really love Orlando. And but it just kind of depends on what opportunities present themselves, and which neighborhoods would look like a good fit for us.
Yeah, I mean, we also have talked about possibly doing in a stadium or near the airport. Also, John has been a chef for many types of different concepts. So who's to say that tacos is what it would be? We might do like a Black Rooster deli or a Black Rooster ice cream shop. With your culinary background, I think we've talked about that as well. So you just never know.
Yeah, you guys certainly seem like a team that that there's, like you said, like there's no stopping you guys, which is so fantastic. And why Black Rooster? What's the story behind that?
I think when I was young, it was I used to go spend summers in the Catskill Mountains with my grandparents, and they had this Black Rooster that would wake me up at like 4 a.m. And I would curse that Black Rooster every morning. And so it's just kind of and there's food, family and food memories from that area. The food and ingredients in that area is very delicious. And so it's just kind of sort of a childhood memory kind of thing. We really wanted to name the restaurant after an animal. And we thought that, there's a lot of restaurants named after pigs, and, so it seemed like, that Black Rooster would be the most appropriate for us.
Open up a restaurant. That's what he's been screaming. You just never knew it. All right. So my favorite question to ask on the Foodie podcast would be, what's your favorite dish? I know you both have separate ones, but you have to pick one. Which one is your favorite dish?
From our restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah. What should people get? Like they're coming there the first time. What's the must-have?
Just one?
Yes.
Well, everybody gets the guacamole. I mean, everybody loves the guacamole here. It's definitely, it's so popular. I would say the pozole verde is one of our bowls. And when people think of bowls, they think of like Chipotle bowls with like rice. That's not the kind of bowls we have.
It's more like a stew.
It's more like a stew. It is so delicious. It is like, it just warms your heart. I can't describe it. It's the smell, the taste is so good. Definitely, I think mine would be, and I used to make John make so much of it and freeze it just so I can have it at home. It tastes so good. What's yours?
I like my go-to is probably the achiote pork taco. It's very traditional, very simple, and it's probably one of the sleeper on the menu. That one I've probably eaten it every day for long periods of time.
Well, you guys know you guys are made for each other. You guys both picked a pork shoulder. I like that. I might be on your menu right now because it's almost lunchtime. So that's why I was asking, selfishly.
Save that thought for tomorrow. We're closed on Mondays.
Okay, fine.
On Mondays, but tomorrow,
it's Taco Tuesday.
It's Taco Tuesday. So we'll be open at 11 o'clock.
I'll be there at 10:55.
So where can people find you guys online, social media, all that stuff?
Okay, so we are, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of it. But probably the one that we post on the most is on Instagram. That's at BLK Rooster Tacos. But you know, I mean, we post every day. We're all over. And then also this issue of Edible. I just remember the Edible magazine. They have a pozole recipe from here, from Black Rooster. So it's their comfort food issue. So if you pick one of those up, maybe you can have one here first and then try to make it at home.
Yeah, and then freeze it, like you said. You can
and then freeze it. Like I
said. And but you were saying that you have your 5-year anniversary.
Oh yeah, so we have our 5-year anniversary. It's going to be on February 17th. And we're going to do $5 guacamoles, which is for 5 years. And then we're also going to be giving away a Cinco Años swag bag to the first 100 people that come in the morning, like for AM, for lunch, and then for the first 100 people that come in at 5 o'clock for the PM, for the dinner side. And the Cinco Años swag bag is just going to have, you know, 5 swag items from Black Rooster, just so you can go out and rep the rooster all around town.
Oh yeah. Just don't sound like a rooster, because then you'll just annoy
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Thank you guys so much for taking the time. I know this is kind of your planning day, so thank you guys so much, and we really appreciate you guys. And you know, good luck with the opening of your new restaurants, and of course, keep us, you know, Thomas and I keep us posted on all the news.
Absolutely, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
And we look forward to hearing the show.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Thomas is the brains behind the timing and scheduling and stuff. So he'll probably.
I'd have to look at a calendar. I can't do the math off the top of my head. But I think I'll email you guys later today, and I'll let you know when it posts and everything.
Awesome. Thank
Sounds
you guys
great.
so much,
Awesome.
and thank you for being flexible with the.
Of course.
scheduling.
Oh, hey, no problem. We totally get it, and the holidays are crazy as it is, and throw in everything else that's going on, and yeah.
Okay, and your son, by the way, is he on your website? Is he the one in between you guys?
Yes, he is. He's our little chief tasting officer. His little hashtag. He's cute.
He is so stinking cute. He's such a mix of you two, which is so sweet. Yeah. Oh, well, congratulations, guys. Good luck.
All right,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much.
All right,
Have a
bye.
good day.
Thank you for listening to Florida Foodie. We'd also like to thank our guests, John and Juliana Calloway from Black Rooster Taqueria. You can find Black Rooster online. Just search BLK Rooster Taco on Twitter and Instagram, and Black Rooster Taco on Facebook. You can also find Candace Campos on social media as well. She's on Twitter. Just search @CandaceNews6, and on Facebook, search Candace Campos News 6. We'd also like to thank our technical producers, Derek Mosier and Ryan Haley. I'm the show's producer, Thomas Mates. Florida Foodie is available to download wherever you get your podcasts. Please take the time to rate and review us there as well. You can find videos of all of our podcasts on clickorlando.com/podcast.